Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me on the Astute Sage. This is Ms.Real, and I wanted to come with another quick message. Now, I wanted to tell y'all that the most important thing is to listen to your intuition. A lot of us, we will see red flags, we will see signs, and we'll just ignore them. We will have our ancestors, our spirit guides, we'll have certain even elders will get messages from people and we'll disregard them. And then we'll end up in a situation where we're like, damn, I wish I would have listened to myself. I'll give you an example. I'm going through a situation right now. And before I even started this particular project, I already had a bad feeling. And I already had a feeling within my spirit telling me, you know what, you need to be mindful, you need to be careful. Something is off. I didn't know what it was, but I knew something was off. So I was like, okay, I stepped into the situation. I started the project. I started doing the tasks for this particular project. And Lord and behold, I'm seeing red flag after red flag after red flag. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm done. I went to the project administrator and they was telling me, just give it a couple more weeks, see how the project goes. And I'm like, nah, bro, I'm out this bitch. I'm out this motherfucker. Like, deuces. You know what I'm saying? So what had happened, and the reason why I'm telling y'all this is y'all got to start listening to y'all intuition. A lot of times y'all wouldn't even get into the situations y'all were in if y'all would recognize the red flags. First, you got to recognize the red flags. Then you have to acknowledge the red flags. And then you have to put together a particular action plan on how you're going to deal with these red flags. For instance, a lot of us, a perfect example is a lot of us will get into relationships with people, because out of love, or we get digmatized, we get hooked on the puss. And we ignore the red flags. We ignore how these people talk to us, how these people treat us. Now, your friends and your family couldn't do it, but because you done got pussymatized and digmatized, okay, or you got so hooked on, you know what I'm saying, the sex of everything, you missed the red flag. You didn't miss the red flags. You chose to ignore the red flags. You got to take accountability and responsibility for the part you play. It takes two to tango. Just like how you make kids, there's 46 chromosomes, 23 from the mom, 23 from the dad. You got to take accountability from the 23 you done offered and gave up. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is there's a lot of red flags. There's a lot of things that go on that happen, and unfortunately, we ignore these red flags because we don't want to believe what it is we see. And when somebody show you who they are, do not sit here and be like, "Oh, they gonna change." No, they change when they want to change. They change when they feel like changing. That's how people work and operate. You cannot force somebody to change. It's not gonna work out. You're gonna get your feelings hurt. You're gonna feel like a dumbass. It's not finna to work. So when your intuition is telling you this is off, you need to listen. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait for you to get into a situation where you can't dig yourself out, or it's hard, you got to deal with a mess, something you could have avoided. Okay, now how does this translate into what's going on right now? A lot of y'all are in situations, some could have been avoided, because if you had just paid attention to the red flags, instead of you going along with what's going down, remove yourself. The reason why I'm even telling y'all this is we're getting ready to go into a season. We're already in a harvest season. A season of harvest usually happens in winter. You got to look at the fruits that people bear. You're going to have people coming to you with all types of situations. My money is funny. People ain't acting right. My friends done turned on me. My coworkers done turned on me. I done lost my job. Oh, my car ain't acting right. You know what I'm saying? My husband, my girlfriend, they done cheated on me. My friends, they done dogged me out. I can't think straight. I'm hearing voices. My mind going crazy. I'm depressed. I'm stressed. I'm anxious. The reason why I'm giving you all of those examples is because you're going to start to see people who either showed off on you, who either dogged you out. Some of these people did wrong. And those that did wrong by you, they ain't even going to be able to look you in your motherfucking face. They won't even be able to look you in your eye. Because they knew what they did was wrong and they're reaping the karma from what they did. Not only to you, ho. I'm sorry to tell you, bitch, okay? I'm sorry to tell you, nigga. Do not think that you was the only one. No, you was just the right one. But you was not the only one, okay? You're going to start to watch people who are in positions of power, who had nice cars, nice houses, nice things, getting constant opportunities, be overlooked, be passed over. You're going to start to see people in positions of power having to step down, having to leave, having to start over. The tower, their whole foundation was built on falsity, illusion, collusion, and I always say with the Seven of Swords, or actually no, my Seven of Cups card, I say confusion, delusion, okay, and collusion. Okay, these people all colluded to bring you down. They did not want to see you win. These people, they conspired to work against you, and that energy is now returning. You need to start to pay attention, because if you allow these people back into your lives, you're accepting their karma. You're signing a contract to take on their karma. You just left a karmic season. Did you not learn the lesson? Okay, I'm even saying this to myself. Don't think that when I'm out here putting out these videos, I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to myself, but I'm talking to people that need to hear this. If you find this video, you need to hear. You need to be honest with yourself. Do not allow these people that are bearing bad fruit in their life to bring that into your harvest, into your green grass, into your green pastures. Do not allow them to plant, okay? As they say in the Bible, and I'm not a religious person, but I did go to a Catholic school. Do not allow these people to plant bad seeds or poison apple and you become even, you eat it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Don't be like the person in the Bible that turned back and turned to a pillar of salt. Don't do it. It's not your season. You got to learn how to be selfish. The most important thing you're going to learn this season, if you didn't already learn it last season, that karmic cycle, because that season is over, is boundaries. Those people, those same individuals that watch you struggle, go through things when you just needed a little help and you would have been grateful. Some of them, they purposely delayed things so you couldn't get them. They're going to come back and they're going to want your help. They're going to call you, email you, text you, message you on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, wherever. They're going to come back. And I'm asking you this. I'm really asking this from the bottom of my heart. Do you really want to go through another cycle or season of karma? Do you want everything that you don't learn and work for to get pushed to the wayside because you wanted to feel sorry for somebody? You want to feel sorry for somebody that did not give two fucks about you, your life, and what the fuck you was going through. Now they need you when you on a position higher than them. I want y'all to realize something. Some of y'all, these people, they only come back when things are going good. When things go bad, they gone. You know what that's called? It's called an opportunist. You know what that is? A form of codependency. Because they only want to sit here and reap the good rewards. They don't want to thug it out when you down and out. But they want to thug it out when you on the up and up. Okay? You got to start to pay attention to the fruits that people are bearing in this season, because I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to see a lot of chaos. You're going to see a lot of chaos manifest. And people are going to be confused. Well, what happened? What happened was the fuck shit you done did 25 years ago, it done caught up to you now at 75. Or the person that you done burnt 30 years ago, it done caught up to you now. Remember you was gossiping about Susie, Joey, Kiwi, Johnny, Bonnie, and all them other people? Well, it's catching up to you now. Okay, nothing is growing because you have to pay that karmic debt. You're going to watch people have a karmic debt so high, they're going to be going through things and it's going to be non-stop. I'm letting you know this right now. Practice putting up your boundaries. Learn to be selfish. There's on the spectrum, there is self-interest, selfishness, and narcissism. Okay? You want to have self-interest. You always want to always put your interest of yourself first. Because if you don't, ain't nobody else going to. Selfishness is important. You need to be selfish. It's a form of having a boundary. But when you're too selfish, it goes into narcissism. And narcissism begins to show as being manipulative, having that negative intention of getting what you want at all costs. Being selfish is putting a boundary and saying, no, 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 no. Having self-interest, okay, means that you're willing to compromise, but you're not willing to put your whole self on the line. Okay? That's the difference between self-interest, selfishness, and narcissism. Narcissism is extreme displaying of the ego. The ego has been inflated so much so that this individual would not sacrifice nor compromise for another person or thing. It is to win at every single cost, at every single turn. If it means to fuck over, shit on, or curse another person, if it means to do black magic, if it means to cause a whole mess in someone's life, that is what a narcissist is willing to do. To be selfish, you don't have to do all those things. What you can do is to say, no, my boundary is my boundary. To be selfish and to have self-interest is to practice healthy boundaries. You need to learn how to have healthy boundaries. We all need to learn how to have healthy boundaries. But see, we have to have healthy boundaries to where we don't shun out the things that are good for us. So during this season where you're seeing people and they're going through trials and they're going through tribulations, look at their fruit. Look at what they've manifested in their life. And then you will begin to understand. Hear some of the words. Hear how these people talk. Hear how they talk about other people and how they talk about themselves. That is another evidence on how people will bear the fruit in their life. Okay, watch how they respond to certain people, how they respond to situations of either being slighted or a transgression. See how they respond. If they take it too far, look at how they respond to transgressions, and you will see how that same response manifests in the fruits of what they are to bear. Okay, I want y'all to keep this in mind as we go in, as we're in the process of shifting, because these individuals are in the process of being overlooked and underrated and passed over. They're being in the process of being taken from a position of spotlight to being a position of where they're hidden. And a lot of them are not going to respond well. A lot of them are not responding well to this. And so you need to be cognizant, because those same people who are always used to being first, always used to having opportunities, always used to being in the spotlight, when they get put to the back of the line, okay, they're going to want to take that frustration out on you. But just remember, you are protected. Your ancestors are protecting you. Don't ignore your intuition. Don't ignore the red flags. This season, I don't care who you with. Watch how they move, but do not ignore your intuition. I want to thank you so much for coming here, listening. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate y'all. The good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent. Even if you don't even subscribe, as long as you like it, I appreciate it. Share my video with other people. And I hope that in this season of your bountiful harvest, that you will succeed. And for those of y'all that don't want to take accountability, you know who you are. You know what you did. You know karma here on your ass. And you just gonna have to deal with it. Okay? But thank y'all so much. It's been such a pleasure to get on here, to talk to y'all, to bring this message out here. I'm getting ready to go back and to just meditate a little bit more. And I suggest that during this time, you ground and you protect yourself, because a lot is going to go down. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe. Much peace, much light, much love, and take care.